In the darkest night she takes flight, a fluffy force, a beacon of light, with a mane of fury and a heart so pure. Hydra the cat, ready to endure. She prowls the land with eyes of gold. Hydra the cat, ready to endure. She prowls the land with eyes of gold, guiding straight on the dot. Hydra reminds us all to hydrate on the dot. Hydra, the king with a fiery roar. She's here to rock our souls to the core. In the bars we find a connection so free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be free. With a mighty tail, she sweeps the night. Crosses front legs, a regal sight. To the core. In the palms we find a connection so free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be. With a mighty tail, she sweeps the night. Crosses front legs, a regal sight. On the screen, she's fierce and bright. Hydra the cat, a guiding light. Hydrate with the cat, don't you forget. Stay refreshed, no regret. With every sip, we feel alive. Hydra the cat, we thrive. First love, her shield, her eyes of fire. In her presence, we find our desire. Through battles fought and stories told, Hydra's heart, pure and bold. Hydrate the name, a playful jest, but it's the way she's at her best, reminding us to drink and play. Hydra leads us every day. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rockin' free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rockin' free. Under the moon, her kingdom shines bright. With kittens in tow, she's a powerful sight. 8 little warriors, an army of might. Hydra leads them through the darkest night. In a mane of fury, a beacon of light. The heart so pure, a guardian in flight. From dusk till dawn, they chase and
Hello, how's it going? Can we just do a tiny bit of housekeeping and do the F thing? Is it working? Can you see? Can you hear? I was just watching the chat, grabbing something to eat, putting a shirt on, being presentable. Do you know what I mean? So, are we clear? Because I'm not on a microphone, I'm on my laptop, so it might sound a little bit different. Just drop me an F if you can hear me. We have a very special guest today. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. Am I clear for everyone else too? Because believe it or not, it isn't always clear everywhere. Fuzzy, we're foggy. No way. Okay, maybe this will help. It could help. So we have Hydra right behind me, but can hear. Okay, cool. That's kind of the main thing. As long as the audio works, visuals will improve over time. Okay, this is Restream doing its thing again. It will improve. It will sort itself out. No, it's a web-based studio. All right. Okay. So video will improve. Anyway, what we have today is a very special guest, which no one will know. No one will figure it out who the special guest is. Hydrating with my Hydra stickered water bottle. Me too. I've got a Hydra right here. There we have a couple of minutes before our. This is by design, by the way. I asked them to arrive a little bit later than when we start, just so we can sort any technical gremlins. We've got some time to warm up. Hey, Hydra, how's it going, buddy? So, how are we doing here? How is everybody? How are we? How are we? Wish I could stay. Hello, autistic and autistic humans and kittens. Indeed, one does not need to be autistic to participate in the fun. I don't think I asked for anybody's autism card if we're doing a giveaway. Who wants to win a cat? Oh, sorry, Sebs. Okay. He wants kitten food. He's actually put weight on. Like, you should be able to. For those of you with adult cats, you should be able to. And I mean, I can just about. But, like, you should be able to feel their ribs. So he's getting a bit porky because he's coming in and eating the kitten's food. This is Grandad Sabes. He's a good boy, but I don't know what to tell you. He's pretty clever. One does not even need to be human to participate. Indeed, Harriet. In fact, one doesn't even need to be human to start the live stream. The live stream can run. I'm harkening back to the early days where the cats started their own. What was it? 7.5 hour live stream overnight. They pressed the start live stream button, and I pressed the stop stream button in the morning, which was kind of cool. Helen's here. Katie, Scott are dysregulated all week. I'm sorry to hear it. And I would say this. That wasn't me being dismissive. I'm genuinely sorry to hear it. Quite a few people have mentioned this in the last sort of couple of days. There's been a fair bit of people dysregulated and feeling a little bit unsettled. So perhaps we can talk about that when our guest arrives. Don't worry, we're still on course. Things are good. Things are good. Late night cat chat. What's this? I'm at work also. Okay. Are you like Scott? You're at work. Have you got like headphones on? You're just like listening, or are you watching as well? How do you do that? How do you work and not work at the same time? Sort of work, not work. I would be distracted myself. Well, I'll try not to distract you. I'll try to keep things cool. And the mystery guest is not Hydra. No. If you check the thumbnail of the stream, I'm not sure if you can right now. If you were to refresh the channel page, you might see the thumbnail. You might not. You might actually just see like a frame of the live in progress. But no, we have a special guest. Someone that hasn't been on this channel before. The special guest is very, very well known, I would say. You do know who it is. What else can I say about the special guest? What else can I say about the special guest? Who do we think it is? Rosara says she thinks it's Claire from Woodshed Theory. Claire's ready to come in. She's got a porch coffee thing. I've got a hydrate. Who thinks they know who the guest is? I'm sorry, keeping the guest waiting. Should we move on and just bring the guest in? Hello, Kittens. I'm going to part with Kittens. Oh yeah, okay, all right. So it's been badly arranged. Welcome, Claire. to the stream. Welcome.
Yay!
Going. I love your backdrop, man. That's cool. Is it sequins?
Oh, yeah. It's like flower. It's not quite big enough for this, but I tried them. It is what it is. But yeah, it's
It looks
sequin
really cool.
flower.
Oh, I love sequins. I can't find a shirt with sequins on. Like it's just not a thing. It's like guys' clothes all have to be kind of like male duck colored. No, not male duck colored. Female duck colored. You know, sort of like drab and sort of browns and olives.
Yeah, you'd probably have to like look in like a vintage shop for like a 1980s grandma going out shirt. For like a sequin with a collar.
Grandma going out shirt.
You know, when they get crazy.
What are you trying to say, Claire? What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you where if you wanted to find one, you might find one. That's where I would look.
Okay. All right. I'm on the quest for my sequin shirt, but that backdrop looks amazing.
My apologies if that was maybe that was too much to say. That's just where I would look for one.
No. I think you're probably right because I don't think these things exist unless you're like, I don't know, presenting a late night TV show or something.
Or like a show choir catalog.
Yeah, exactly. Laura Bury says, hi,
hello,
Claire.
everyone.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, everybody.
Might be welcome, Claire. Scott, oh, hey, yay, Claire. Hi, Claire. Jerry Paulin, hi, Claire. Stephanie, hi, Claire. Helen, hi, hey, Claire. I guessed right.
I'm so excited.
Claire. All right, Claire. Who guessed Claire, by the way? I deliberately, I made Claire a silhouette on the thumbnail and then decided, actually, that's kind of, it looks a bit weird. It's like, I thought I'll like lighten her up a little bit and then people can kind of guess. If your screen brightness is high enough, you'll know who it is.
I think Laura definitely had it. Laura had it. She said, I know who it is. So there was a few people I think who knew. I mean, honestly, if you took 10 seconds to really squint and look at it, I think you probably have it. So, hi, Helen. Hi, everyone.
Pretty cool. Isabella, I use Canva to do thumbnails. I think you use that too, don't you?
I do use Canva. Canva Premium is such a great tool. It's really good. I mean, you could do so many, and they keep making it better. Not sponsored. I pay for very few things, and I pay for a Canva Premium account.
We need ditto and ditto and ditto because not sponsored. I also have Canva Premium, but I also don't try to limit the subscription. So yeah,
they've got B-roll, they've got music, they've got
have they really got B-roll?
AI tools. Yeah, the video. You could search for video.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. Like I that's really cool. Like that could save me a Storyblocks subscription. B-roll, like
I'll show you. I'll show you.
All right, cool. It's just like you can't find B-roll for the thing you're looking for. Which would be quite specific. So you kind of find B-roll that kind of looks very similar and is slightly off. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't upset too many people when the B-roll is completely mismatched to what what it's supposed to be.
Finding appropriate B-roll is so hard because in your mind you're like, this is exactly what I want. But so rarely can you find that. Yeah. And now that I do edit, and when I watch other people's videos, I can see when they've struggled to find the B-roll that they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say something and then they'll go to B-roll and I'm like, ooh, that's a stretch, but that's cool. Yeah. I know it's hard to find it.
I'm thinking of Meg there.
Just asked, what is B-roll? B-roll is any additional footage that you've put on something. So if you watch somebody's video and they start talking about how beautiful the ocean is, and then they cut to a beautiful scene of the ocean water and waves, that's B-roll.
Yeah, it's kind of like stock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, B-roll's cool. I have actually started shooting my own B-roll. I'm really sorry, by the way, about the sound. Hydra's just jumped in. I'll show it to you. I don't want to take up too much of the screen here, but like Hydra's jumped in and she started cleaning the kittens. Right, kitten cam is hang on, sorry. I just have to wake it up the camera. There you go. And you should see in a second the drama. Yeah, Meg uses a lot. Where is it? Oh, hang on. I have to press a different button. you go. so Hydra had kittens. For those that don't know, these 2 weeks old. They're pretty cute. So this is Hydra from the intro, and yeah,
the real guest of honor.
They will.
How many are there? 8?
How 8, yeah, which is really unusual for a first litter for a cat.
First time, wow.
First time,
fertile myrtle.
Yeah. I bet like 3. So yeah, like totally out. So yeah, automatic toilet multicam, yeah. Multicam's the best. Hang on. Sorry everyone. I'll put the chat back on so Claire can see it too. There you go. Yeah, there you go. They're nice and quiet now. That's cool. I'll pop them off for a second.
Oh, they're so sweet. I could watch I love kittens. I mean, who doesn't? But
who doesn't? We'll pull them out. I'll introduce them to you one by one in a minute. Once Hydra's done a thing and she decides to go out for a walk or something, we'll grab the kittens then. So what have you been up to, Claire? Other than like the amazing Taylor Swift dress. For those that haven't seen it, Claire did this like ridiculously long video. I mean, it must have taken you ages to knit that crochet dress.
Yeah. Well, it took over a week. I mean, I'm pretty quick, I think. But it was so hot here that there were days where I just had to say, this is not going to happen. So yeah, I recently made that. I recently put out a sponsored video, which was fun. Been working on, I just launched a new segment with Porch Coffee. So yeah, I've been just, yeah, so exciting. So exciting. And I'm so excited to offer that. But as you know, anytime you have like that in particular, anytime you have like a small idea where you're thinking like, this would be so easy, how hard could it be? Famous last words. So a lot of work had to go into behind the scenes of that, of how are people going to submit videos and what are the waivers and terms of conduct or service, like all of those things. So a lot of work went into that behind the scenes. So to see it finally happen, and I couldn't have asked for like a cooler, more amazing first segment with James and his penny wall. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Penny wall
is really
like
cool.
Penny wall is like not a great way to call it. I mean, it's like a temple to pennies. This
penny
thing.
Art, penny shrine. So cool. I mean, it's the coolest.
He's gone. He's got like a sunrise painting of pennies.
When I was viewing the submissions and I got to that one, I was giggling like a child. I was so excited. I'm calling my spouse over. I'm like, you got to see it.
You got to.
It's really,
check this out.
It's so cool. So yeah, I'm really excited about that being a new part of Porch Coffee, and people have been so receptive to the idea, and I want to continue to find ways that we can incorporate the community into my videos. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, just working on stuff like that.
I think that's a fantastic thing. Oh, hang on 1 second. The disembodied hand of tea. Oh, hello, you've got Hydra as well. It's just brought me in we got our merch cups. There you go. Cheers. Oh, I don't want to spill that over a laptop. That'd be really bad. That'd be really, really expensive and bad. There you go, just from here. There you are. Remember to hydrate, everybody. Right, I'll put that down there. I hope it doesn't make a loud noise for you all. Yeah, that's incredible. Like, it's like, you think about like, oh, it'd be really cool. Like, someone could just message me a video and I'll slide it in. But there's all the other stuff you got to worry about, you know, and if somebody includes
right, because I didn't want, you can't just have people email you. Yeah, like email video, like if you open it up to just like, hey, just email me, well then, you know, anyone can email you a video and it could be anything, and like you want it to be able to run through checks on things. So a lot of things have to happen behind the scenes. That's what I'm constantly learning, as I said, that you know, not everything has to be perfect, but there does have to be a level where, you know, you have to really consider a lot of different things. So it was a lot of talking to other creators and how does this work and what do we need and what does like legally what needs to happen. So I'm all of that for a 60-second segment, but we're on a roll now, so it's all done now.
Everything's in place. It's going to be amazing. So if you're a member of Claire's, you use YouTube, right? YouTube memberships.
Correct. Yeah. If you're a member of
Claire.
the YouTube memberships, then you can submit a video.
And then that will get shown on Porch Coffee's normal segment on Mondays, right?
Correct. I mean, I can't guarantee that everyone's will get shown depending on how many we have, but hopefully. So yeah, it's exciting.
Well, you're asking a bunch of autistic people to send you submissions about special interests. So it'll happen. You'll get more than there are weeks in a year.
Exactly. So hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Ashlyn's asking. Oh, hi, Shape of Soup. Kat said it reminds me of Yosemite Sam, the background. I agree, which is why I didn't go with like full glitter, because I thought it was like different enough. And then Ashlyn asked about waivers for videos, and Ashlyn, that's just if you're showing somebody on your channel and they're sending you footage, there has to be a waiver of that I can use the footage and all different kinds of things that somebody would have to sign off on. So we made it really simple where people just have to submit the video, and by submitting, you're agreeing to the following. So just standard. It's standard stuff in like content world, but not things that I know about. So I'm learning as I go.
I think that's true really for a lot of YouTubers, because you know, people don't start creating content about creating content if they haven't created content before, and they're not creating content about creating content, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. It's like you're kind of doing whatever from where you are, which obviously isn't, you know, lawyerese land. So just making sure things are right is what that's about, I think. What else do we have on the chat? Who else have we got? Loads of stuff here. I haven't caught up with the Porch Coffee yet. Looking forward to seeing the penny wall. Yeah, penny wall was pretty cool. We called it penny wall too. Yeah, the penny wall is like is pretty incredible.
No, because I want penny floor. I want all of it. It's like art. It's seriously art. It's so cool. Wow. Much better than yarn wall, in my opinion. So
yarn wall. Your yarn wall is pretty cool actually, with the boxes with all the different colors in. But what happens if you have a color that doesn't fit?
I have so much. That's not even.
That's just display yarn.
That's not the majority. That's just what's being shown.
That's display yarn. Like a guitar on.
Exactly. That's the display.
That's the display one.
And if I use anything from the display, I have things to replace it.
And there you are.
What about you? Tell me about what's going on with you, Mike.
Oh, what's there to say? It's been like really busy. Last week was a really special one for me because on the Isle of Man we don't have like an aquarium, and we're an island, which is really weird because like we're surrounded by sea, but you can't look into the sea because it's reflective. It sounds really silly when we're saying that out loud. Just thinking out loud, I should probably pause and think and then say the words. But like, it's really interesting because like you think of an island population, you'd be really aware of what's in the ocean. Not really. You just see the top. So what we did is we went. Well, I was supposed to go diving the week before to collect some marine species, but obviously the kittens, so didn't go diving. But I worked for 2 days over Saturday and Sunday. I saw Wendy. Wendy came along. That was really cool.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
Yeah, exactly. The Wendy. So that was really cool to see Wendy. I can't see her because Wendy's on the chat. She's probably typing right now, but like. So that was really cool. We had 2,000 people come in over the weekend. And we saw all kinds of stuff. And we had squid, baby squid getting born. So for me, it was just an info dumping weekend and I had no voice by the end of it. But yeah.
It must have been like a dopamine rush for like 24 hours.
It was weird. Yeah, it was really strange. Because like I did Saturday, I came home and Nina's trying to talk to me and I literally lost my voice. The following day, I took more water bottles. I took an army of water bottles with me. Like I just had a bag full of water bottles and I just drank them constantly. Managed to do the day. But the interesting thing from a YouTube perspective is I actually scheduled the video. So the video that went out on Sunday not Sunday 2 days ago, but like the Sunday a week ago, was scheduled. And I didn't like reply to anyone's comments or anything, because like it went out like while I was working in this temporary aquarium in a big marquee. And then we returned everything back to the sea. But it was fantastic because, you know, obviously for me it's a big passion, so-called special interest. I do use the term special interest, it's fine, but I can appreciate it does sound a little bit weird when you're not used to it. Like you hit your 40s and then suddenly you get these new terms that you've never used before.
Yeah, I
and all of a
think
sudden,
too it I don't know that we'll ever be able to it's hard to figure out a term that would really encompass like the
intensity
idea of
of an
special interest. Yeah, it's hard. Like the term doesn't really do it justice, but I don't know a better one.
I agree with you. I think it is quite a, you know, the kind of deep interests, you know, passions even doesn't even encompass, it doesn't even cover it from, you know, from that perspective either. And often the interest that people have, I made a community post asking people special interests and passions, and just the diversity. There were things I'd never even heard of before on the list. So I was putting together a mind map of everybody's special interests. So that video will be out probably in a month or so, because there's a couple of bigger ones to come out before then. But yeah, the video was scheduled, and I'd never scheduled a video before.
Wow, look at you go. Sorry,
know,
that
right?
sounds, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing. I rarely have videos scheduled other than scheduling porch coffee for the same time every week, but I don't a lot of people like film ahead and schedule, and I want to be that person, but I struggle to be that person.
Yeah, we've talked about this on offline directly before, haven't we? And it's like I don't know. I mean, part of it is everybody's so lovely, and you know, is quite happy to wait maybe a few days for some content if maybe you're ill or something or whatever, even if you're burnt out. But then, you know, as Orion knows, as other, you know, famously, but as other creators know, if you don't make regular uploads to YouTube, it kind of punishes your channel a little bit. And it's weird, because it's like having this kind of, it's having a faceless boss that kind of manages your ambitions. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but they, you know, it kind of, you have to get content out. So I was thinking about recording maybe a memes video and then just like not putting it out, and maybe it will go out in 2 years when I need it to go out because I'm in hospital or something. Do you know what I mean? Like touch wood, whatever. But then people will know, because it'll be like younger Mike.
Right? Yeah, I really, and I guess all I need to do, right, is film like 1 or 2 to get me ahead. But then I feel like I might burn myself out, and then the 2 would go out, and then I still wouldn't have another one to follow it. So I don't know the solution for me. I think I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and see what happens.
I agree. I think that's right to do. If you ever see a video from me and it's not videos, it's just like I'll just like going, hey everyone, it's because I either can't or you know, but it's like trying to be current, I guess, is a thing that, you know, I guess you don't have to, but I want to. So it kind of,
well, something my spouse has encouraged me about is to try to keep, I think you do this to an extent as well, like try to keep the videos timeless, so that whenever they go out or whenever people watch them, it doesn't matter when it happened. If you're not like talking about specific references or anything, like that's really helpful, because then, you know, I mean, people still comment on, I'm sure you get this too, your old videos, and sometimes people comment on my old videos, and I'm like, wow, that was 2.5 years ago. Like, how have I changed? Do I think any differently and all this? But to them, it's the same no matter when they watch it. So,
except your hair changes color as you jump around your channel.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Black and white TV. No. I thought the green was amazing. So
I do miss the green. It's just, it took 6 hours just to get the green out. So it's a big commitment. Like it really is a hard color to get out of your hair.
Yeah. Why does it take 6 hours, by the way? Sorry if this got
Because
off
it
topic.
stains. It stains the hair color into your hair, so you have to bleach it out, and then the bleach doesn't totally get it all out. Even when I took it out, like, there were still spots. Like, if you looked at it from, like, one direction, it was like, that's a little green, but that's okay."
Okay, fair enough. Well, green's kind of an unnatural color, so you can't like play it off. Do you know what I mean?
Green is
Like
the
you said.
most natural color. The most natural color.
Well, in theory, fluorescent green. I thought it looked really cool. Anyway, it's quite distinctive. But like, I had an interesting comment the other day. I it was like a week ago, and it was like, "Is your hair real or something?" And I just replied, going like, "Yeah." And they said like, "Right, your hair might be real, but the color's not." And I'm like, "Oh my god, it is real color." It's actually going a bit grey. But the thing is, I think the good thing is, by the way, don't film in 4K. Film in 1080p. Solves everything.
To me, like, you don't strike me as a person who would be, but maybe you are, and I'd have no judgment, but you don't strike me as a person who would be like, "Oh, the gray is coming in, I need to hide that."
I don't know.
Strike
I
me
got
like that.
kind of, well, no, but like I got ID'd in Tesco's last year, so I kind of that was just amazing. Sorry, Tesco's like our Walmart, and I bought a couple of energy drinks, and I was there with my son, and they thought we were brothers, and we got ID'd, and it was hilarious. It was great fun. People were getting quite stressed, but I was just delighted by it all. It was wonderful. So you can carry on.
I know, actually, when in the States, they have like, you have to ID until, like, now it's basically they have to ID everyone no matter what. But I'm always like, I'm older than the internet.
Yeah, I know,
Does
right?
that? So I think I'm good.
I'm like, okay, I don't have ID, but I could probably prove it. Let's just, yeah, it was, yeah, quite a thing. Do you think like like, does autism have a look? Comes around again and again and again and again and again from all different directions, and I don't know that it is about how somebody actually sort of physically appears, like in a photo, but the way that, let's say, very broad strokes, really broad strokes, neurotypical society, where people move along in a certain sort of age cohort, only being friends with a certain sort of very limited, maybe plus or minus 5 years when you get to our age, but then when you're really younger, it's sort of plus or minus 1 year, just throughout their life. And that's sort of quite sad because, people do miss out on this breadth of experience. In Japan, children go to school in a much wider cohort. I think it's like 6 years distance, where they're actually being they kind of like learn skills from the older kids, and apparently it works well. I don't know, but it just seems really strange that we do have this strange idea about cohort. In a recent video that I did a reaction to, that was the one I did scheduled a couple of weeks ago. It was about a mother wanting to kick out her autistic daughter, who was 18 and spending Roblox, and it's like, just the aspect of that about the differences in ages, it becomes less of an issue when you get a bit older. But then when I was a kid, I was just trying to make friends with the teachers. You know what I mean? Like,
I was actually just about to say that, because I always felt that I would always find myself just with the adults.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I was never trying to focus on, like, I did have friends, I guess, who were my age, but the majority of time, I feel like when I look back, I can see that a lot of times I would try to go see what the adults were doing.
I'm with you too. And I think that kind of, I think the neurodivergent, much wider umbrella, kind of sort of look or behavior around ages and friendships and is better than sort of artificially, restricting your friendships because, that person's, I mean, sort of the minor is obviously different rules, but like, they're 5 years younger than me, or they're 10 years younger than me, or they're 20 years older than me, or, I can't possibly be friends with them. They've got nothing to share. Older people have got fantastic stories. They've got fantastic experience. And, I just don't really see that. And I do tend to find that, sort of gives me a bit of a clue really when I sort of see people and they're kind of friends with people much older than them. It's like, okay, I see your little friend and you're divergent over there. You sort of like start picking them up on your radar. Okay, I see the side. So I think there is a look, but it's not like from green hair, didn't we? But like, yeah, look, but not a look. Think in the chat, by the way. My hair's white. My hair's a mix of blonde, brown, and grey. I'm old. Sorry, Ashley. Neurotypical child interaction is generally less focused, more fleeting. Yeah. Adult conversation seems more safe, more predictable. Yeah. I reckon the stress of being undiagnosed ADHD causes premature aging. Yeah, I think there might be some truth to that too. There's definitely some stress, or at least
I've
some
also
relief.
heard though that autistic people, I hear a lot that we look younger, and I'm not, so I don't know if that has anything to do with a look. I don't know about that, but I have noticed that there does seem to be a slower physical, this is not scientific, everyone. I'm not a doctor.
This is hot take hour, guys. Hot take hour.
I have heard from people that there is and I don't know if it comes from having I don't want to say younger spirit, because that's not it either, but a younger look as you get older, as you age. I've ran into a lot of autistics who say, "Oh, people always assume that I am younger than I am." I don't know if anyone, and I don't know about now, but I mean, I meet people and they're like, "Oh, I met somebody the other day, they said I reminded them of their daughter, but she was this age, and I'm sure, she's older than you." And I was like, actually, I'm older than that. So
yeah, indeed. I mean, maybe we don't leave the house that often, so we're kind of not getting
out of the sun. Yeah.
It could be that, maybe. I don't know. I'm just checking stuff out there. None of this is science. This is just hot take. I was just having some fun there. Helen, Claire, I was about to say the same thing. Yes, a lot of ND people appear a lot younger. I think so. I think it might also be like dress, or maybe sort of actions. Maybe we associate maturity, as in age, with a certain look. Maybe neurotypicals have a look.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of. I think maybe mid-20s. A lot of people who are, early on, a lot of people who are on the spectrum kind of pick their uniform and what they feel comfortable with. So maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. So many things to think about that I don't know.
No, me neither. Katie Cat says, my guess is autistics less likely to conform and don't have the stress of conformity build up and age us. Maybe. I definitely think there's stress, and I still get ID'd. I'm 37 but at 12. can confirm. And answer the Discord. Absolutely. She does look about 12. Bendy's doing something right. Maybe associate adult with holistic. It took me a while. It took me a bit to unlearn, but still hasn't happened fully. Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, maybe we're just looking for a more adult. I'm joining the looking too much younger club. Okay, I think I'm getting the vibe out there. We've got a bunch of young nonconformists hanging out in all of your childish dresses, and I notice people often think I'm much younger when they see that I have kids. Maybe they get a bit confused. Maybe I'm just imagining it because I want to be young. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Zara, still get asked for ID at 44. Amazing. Okay, all right. I'm seeing it now. I think it's kind of like Claire. I don't want to pick your brains on this. It's an interesting kind of dynamic. It's a bit meta, going another level. Which is just that when
I always get nervous to talk. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's almost on that line, really. Which is that, I know some of you in the chat, and better than others. So some of you in the chat, in the Discord, the Scratchy Post Discord, and we're chatting quite often. We're just regular communication throughout the day and whatnot, and we share pictures and bits of our lives and things. And then you get the majority of people in a group that you just don't know, except for usernames, and you see the same sort of usernames popping up and up. And that's kind of strange. You get this kind of as YouTuber, I feel like I could do that now a little bit. That you have this sort of relationship with this individual people. So I know quite a few individual people in this chat, and then there's kind of the nebulous chat. Do you know what I mean? You sort of have this sort of relationship with nebulous chat. I didn't have a point. That was just it. I was just sort of just checking out there. So I'm kind of like
Like,
getting an idea of what people look like in that nebulous chat.
in my mind, like everyone who, like, I just feel like everyone who comments and everything, like I always view them as, unless they're telling me how old they are, they're just like an ageless being. So
an ageless being, yeah. I see where you're going.
Yeah, it's just like they're giving information via the comment, and then I don't really even picture, unless they have their picture, I guess. But if it's something else, they're just ageless to me.
I just see an ageless being as well. Although YouTube gives you demographics, and they're really interesting. My demographics have slipped. Comparing it with Meg.
What is that?
Slipped? What? What did I see?
Sorry, comparing it with what?
Oh, with Meg. With Meg's demographics. My demographic sort of moved towards the younger now. So now the peak demographic when I started the channel, it was named Autistic After 40, was kind of after 40, and that slipped all the way down now, so that the peak is kind of 18 to 25 now.
Interesting.
Which is even lower than, even younger than Meg's audience, which I thought was super interesting because I don't know. So that nebulous person. I was just
looking at mine. Yeah, I was just looking at mine, and it used to be that mine was very focused towards like 40 up, but now it's much more equal, like pretty much equal between the ages of like 25 and 65. It's kind of evened out.
It's kind of evened out. You don't have that kind of like thing. Because I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, it used to be very weighted, which is fine. I mean, anyone's welcome to watch my content. But I don't know what is the change. Like, who knows? I don't know what's going on in the mind of the algorithm. I have no idea.
Or the bunch of like undiagnosed autistic 18 to 25 from some things somehow like questioning on the internet or something. Who knows? But there's definitely Jeff Paul, I know from a 70-year-old. There's definitely 70-year-olds too. Like it's not like a completely like a root shape. In your mind, I'm still 20. Yeah, 20 plus 20.
It's like in your mind you're still 20, but then you hang out with a 20-year-old, and you're like, oh.
Oh, okay, I'm not. So, or like you get up and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not that young anymore. So like, I jump in.
When they tell you as you're aging and they tell you these things are going to happen to you and that things will just start to hurt and you won't know why.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't see that happening to me. And then one morning you get up and for the rest of the mornings after that, your body's like,
That's your new normal. Yeah, like I have to get up in the night to pee now. That's just the thing. It's just autistic oversharing. Let's talk about autistic oversharing, Claire.
Cheers to that.
How is the chat doing? I'm turning 40 on Monday. Congratulations, Coleslaw. Cool name, by the way. Hope you have a nice birthday. Goes Morning Porch Coffee is my favorite. Sending him off to
now. Oh, thank you. Porch
me
coffee
too. I tend to watch the hour after.
Well, it happened kind of like, because at the time I was doing 3 videos a week and I was forcing myself to do that. That was the plan. And
that's a lot.
That's so many. And because I was like, this is how, I mean, I've talked about it before, like everything I thought about how to be successful on YouTube was wrong. So, but at the time I was doing the 3 videos a week, and I guess it did help get a consistency on the channel, but I kind of ran out of steam very quickly. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to film this video of me talking about my life. And it slowly evolved into Porch Coffee. And now it's been almost 3 years of Porch Coffee on Monday mornings. So it's become one of my favorite parts of my week. And I just get so excited to post it so I can hear from other people.
I think I understand what you mean. I've not been doing it as long as you, but I started live streaming on my channel fairly early on when I had, it was just a few hundred. subs, and I don't know, it's just like and just literally going live, and it's like, oh hello, there's no one there. And so what's going on here? And eventually it sort of turned into a thing where I'm here every week now and have been the whole time. And then plus the odd little additional one. I did a surprise live stream at the aquarium as well. And so we'll occasionally do the odd little ad hoc one. But having that sort of regular thing is quite nice because you can kind of time your own content week or your own kind of life around it too, can't you? Like Porch Coffee, I sort of expect it now. So, interestingly, by the way, Claire, I don't get notifications for your other videos. I only get notifications for Porch Coffee. You mentioned
yes,
it in the video.
I mentioned that on my last video, that to check back, because I think because people are so used to seeing it and it's the same time every week I post it, they only get the notifications for that, but they don't get notifications for anything else. So I just have to encourage people to look for.
Do you have a day that you
videos,
normally upload? Do you have a
I mean, just for Porch Coffee, the other stuff is whenever. So
yeah, that's whenever during the week. Okay, cool. I think it might just be that might be like a bit of a bias then because I'm waiting for the Porch Coffee thing. So I literally go downstairs and make myself a cup of coffee. Every so often, I'd say 50-50 chance it's in a Porch Coffee mug. So sometimes it needs to be in a bigger mug and a couple more shots because Mondays, man, I don't know what to tell you. Shape of Soup, Mike. How long does it take to get comfortable?
Scott's saying Claire's failed channel, and I do want to address that. A few weeks ago, I made a video on Porch Coffee talking about my failed YouTube channel, and I just want to say, I wasn't saying that my YouTube channel was.
He says, lol, not. Exactly.
I get no. I'm just saying, I hope that people understand that the video was about that when I watch these videos on how to have a successful YouTube channel, in that aspect, my channel is a failure. So, like I like watching and well, I mean, when you watch and it's like you should have only one thing that you talk about, like a super niche, and that you should do this and you should do that. Like when I watch those videos, I'm failing at that, but I don't think I don't think my channel is a failure.
So Claire, those channels, I'm sure I watched them as well. I even did a course on YouTube before starting the channel. I wanted to make sure I was like okay to do it. I wanted to meet some people that were doing content and talk to them, which is exactly what happened. But when you see those things and they say, oh, you need to build engagement, you need engagement, you need to respond to people's comments, you need engagement. Claire, your channel gets all the engagement in the world. Like me too.
I know, that's what I think. Like,
the autistic community,
a lot of people.
Great. And the engagement is kind of really key to growing a channel. If anyone wants to know how to help, by the way, watch the videos to the end. I usually put an Easter egg in at the end of the video, and people will comment that Easter egg in the comments, and it's like cool. And I'll always reply to them and go, "I know you watched to the end because there's a little Easter egg in there." So I just thought I'd just chuck that out there. There's always something cool. The last video was, I'm not going to tell you. Go watch it. So yeah. It's like just scroll to the end if you want to just watch the last 2 seconds. There's always a little Easter egg. So yeah, I think
it's hard. It's hard to I get, obviously as a public platform, you get a lot of advice, and it's hard to just stick to what you want to do, and not. I mean, there are times where I'm like, okay, well, let me try to do it the way it's quote unquote supposed to be done. But at the end of the day, it's really about how I feel about it and if I feel fulfilled. So I feel so good about the communities that we have. And so I feel really blessed, not to get too like gushy about it, but I feel really blessed by the people who show up and constantly show up.
YouTube has been life-changing. Like there's no question about that. Yeah. I was running around the house earlier, just before this live stream started. When I pressed the Hydra video, I started live stream, pressed the Hydra video. I knew I had 5 minutes to quickly put a shirt on. Look, it's not ironed. And I just just chucked an unironed shirt on, and I rushed around going, I need to eat something. And then I chucked down a couple of vegan pork pies and got my hydrate bottle. And then I sat here and I'm like, hey everyone. And I shouted to Nina as I ran up here, going, you never saw this coming a year ago. I'd be running around the house to do this like weird show thing that I do every Tuesday. because that's sort of new. And I think like in terms of engagement, Quinn, who I've done some work with recently, Autismatic is the channel. Great guy, great content. He made a video a few weeks ago called "Be More YouTube" because he was having the same kind of struggle, Claire, the same kind of questions, and like should he do that more conventional YouTube stuff? And from my perspective, I'll give you guys my answer to Be More YouTube, which is that every time I run a live stream, I lose subscribers. Every single time.
Yeah.
There is always negative subscribers. There has been one live stream in the past like 50 live streams where I didn't lose subs. I think I actually gained one. But it's always negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And immediately, like, if I look at the analytics now, there'll be like 3 people who have gone like, yeah, this isn't for me. And okay. But I will still do it. So that's against conventional wisdom. That's because it's great community. It's great fun. I like it. I think it's useful now. I think it's almost become a little teaspoon of public service as well. And I think the whole thing together needs to be done.
I love your live stream. That's why I agreed to be here.
Nice seeing you popping in. For you guys that, so we should probably give a little bit of background to those that are in the stream, which is that I messaged Claire and I'm like, hey Claire, you want to be on the live in like, was it like in an hour or something? About a month ago? I'm like, I'm going live in an hour. Do you want to like be on the live? I gave you an hour's notice. And then you said like soon or something. And then I messaged you back like a couple of weeks later going, it's soon now. Are you ready? Just pop off.
I know. So we eventually made it happen. And I thank you for understanding my boundaries. I appreciate that. And I'm trying to, and I also want to work within your boundaries because you work like really fast and like, let's do it. And
I believe that's called impulse.
Yeah, but that's, that's just working. I think being understanding and giving each other grace in our community is so important, maybe the most important.
Yeah.
And I think that you do that. So thanks for that. I wanted to comment on a few things on the losing subscribers. First of all, you were the one who pointed out to me that you could look up how many subscribers you've lost over your entire YouTube.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when I saw how many I had lost.
Sorry. This is a while ago, and it was. I think I don't know. I can't remember the context, but I was talking.
But
with
you were like, yeah, you can look up how many subscribers you've lost.
You can see how many people have gone since day one. Yeah, there's a report showing you how many since day one. Yeah.
My suggestion is do not look at that number. It is very it can take the wind out of one's sails.
I'm so no, that wasn't my intention. I'm not trying to
No. I'm happy to know that the information is out there. It's an eye-opening moment. But I did want to say that every time I post a video, it's interesting to me what is popular, but then also within the first few minutes of every video post, you can go and look at how your video is doing, and it's always like -1, -2, -3, and I'm like, the video hasn't even been out for the length of the video yet.
The video time, yeah, this is true. Although conversely,
and it's like, okay, sorry,
you often get
sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay, it happens. I do look at the analytics for the first hour to 2 after a video goes live, if I can. I didn't a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and I was getting a little bit palm sweaty about it. It's funny how we condition ourselves. And I like to look at it because if the click-through rate's really low, I'll change the thumbnail or fiddle around with the title a little bit. Like maybe it's just not working. But otherwise, it's just in the lap of the algorithm.
Did you see the new setting where you can put 3 thumbnails up? Did you see that?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you put up a couple of thumbnails as an AA test, you'll get different results. So I did that a few weeks ago. Well, I did it once for real, but then I was curious and I ran it again. And my last few videos, I've used the same thumbnail in an A/B test, and it's come out with different results. So it's broken.
Interesting, because I found, I tried it once. And
do they think there's no software or autistic people are going to be doing it? Do you know what I mean? They need to test this stuff. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about doing all 3 the same and seeing what happened. I tried it and I got pretty much, you know, I worked hard on each thumbnail and I was like, okay, I'm really going to see what people like. But it was basically a 30% across the board. Like it was basically equal. So I don't know. I like the idea of being able to see which thumbnail works best, but I don't know that maybe they haven't figured out a way to execute it well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
use it, try it. Put 2 thumbnails in exactly the same. It don't take you any more time. Just upload 2, and you'll watch it, and it will be broken. You'll see it broken. It should be identical. Is this conversation interesting for people?
You would try to break. Of course, you would try to break it.
So yeah, of course. I'm like, what would this do? I wonder what would happen if I do this. So that's how the live streams happened, by the way. For those of you that know or don't know, it got to a point, Claire, where I had for years a Stream Deck, which is this little, it's like a little mini computer, like a little mini keyboard, which you can customize the buttons on. And I use it to run macros and open programs and things. And I thought, oh, now I'm doing live streaming, I could use it for that. And I put start live streaming on one button and stop live streaming on one button. So I could press a button and, oh, look, it's live now. Like no title or description, it's just live. Oh, what's this do? And then the cats decided to press the button because obviously if there's buttons, cats will press them.
Right,
so yeah,
right. The infamous night-long cat stream.
Yeah, that was actually horrifying because when I came to check on it and I scrubbed the stream video, you could literally see the sun going down and coming back up again.
I actually, when you talk about it, I can feel the feeling of walking in and realizing.
Yeah,
the pit
I'm walking in
one's stomach.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Yeah, so like, you know, like internet data hygiene, I thought I was quite good at it, but like anyway, I made buttons. So I think like the way I've been describing it lately is so when I went for my autism assessment over 3 appointments, 3 sessions on 3 separate days every other week. Well, 1 week and then the next week and then 2 weeks later. That was how it was done for me. But the psychologists were only looking for autism, and they kind of implied ADHD. So they'd be like, we think an ADHD assessment might be helpful or not, or it's up to you, do it if you want to, but you know, this is how you meet the criteria, blah blah blah. So I'm not diagnosed ADHD. I call the live streams ADHD on my channel compared to the long form content, which is much more autistic. In fact, there's some pretty autistic content coming up. Actually, in the next few videos are actually quite autistic. So if there is such a thing. So yeah, watch out for that. But yeah, the live streams are completely cool.
I think you've really picked up steam with your live streams, and your channel has been doing so well. And all I have to say is I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you're a part of the community, and I'm proud to call you a friend, and you're just doing awesome. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me because obviously your videos were those videos. I was sitting here ages ago watching some of your early videos, the green-haired Claire, to try and like process. So yeah, sorry I interrupted you, but you know that's kind of my view on it.
I can never. When people tell me that, I'm like, me? So
yeah, I'm a lurker.
Really?
Yeah, like
because I feel that way about other people, but when I think about, you said Claire Gen what?
Yeah, Claire Gen 1. Yeah, you're like
oh yeah, Gen 1. Yeah. Yeah, you think I don't think about myself like that, and when people reach out to tell me things like that, it's very encouraging, but it almost doesn't feel real, because I'm just a girl sharing her story on the internet, and it's so cool that people have responded to that, and I think they respond to you because you're so genuine, and you're not trying to be somebody that you aren't, and I really appreciate that.
I appreciate that too, Claire. Thank you very much. I see the same for you. This live stream has also become a bit of a spoonful of YouTube sort of advice as well. But like if you were to build a channel, anyone, like just be yourself, because if you're trying to do like copy someone else, then you're just going to be a wish version of them, you know what I mean? So like from my perspective, is like trying to balance making content with, because I'm not a full-time YouTuber, but I am also kind of doing full-time YouTube hours right now, so it's a bit of a conflict. You know, consequently there's like less diving going on, so I kind of need to readjust that and kind of get some more balance back again, because I'm kind of missing the sea. Went for a swim yesterday, but still, you know, so just kind of like just trying to make that work. And a moment to thank every supporter, like my goodness me, because you're literally helping me to actually put time into the YouTube. Hopefully you've seen an improvement. But yeah, just like your videos too are very much the same, so you're speaking very much from your experience, and not generalizing about how people are. The other thing I think is so amazing is how accepting the autistic community is online in general, going even further than YouTube. In general, it's a really great, warm, welcoming place for other groups that are perhaps considered fringe groups, or people that aren't even autistic and are maybe they're trying to learn, or maybe they're trying to explore their own identities, or you know, because this stuff takes time, you know, and it's kind of lonely. So I think we can be proud that the autistic community is the best damn community on the planet. There's no question about that from my perspective.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
How are you all feeling? How are you?
I always feel awkward, because I feel like it's hard when you talk to other people who are on YouTube. Like the conversation usually drifts towards YouTube stuff. So if you're in the chat and you're like, I don't want to hear this, I'm really sorry.
Exactly. So if we're going in the wrong direction, and it's clearly because this is something that we very strongly have in common, so we may not intend to, but we somehow usually end up on the topic of YouTube. And you know,
if we could pivot, I would love to meet these cats.
You're gonna have to give me 5 seconds while the camera shuts itself down. What I'll do though is I'll pick the cats up one by one.
Shut up. Don't.
No, we're good. Hang on, here we are.
Oh,
See,
okay.
Oh, I have to press a button. Right, I'm going to move the chat off the screen. Those who want to follow the chat, you'll need to follow it on a separate device, if that's okay, just so we can use the screen real estate. Let me go like this. Oops, sorry. To bear with me.
Kitties, bring them
out.
I mean,
Kitties, bring them.
I was really excited about being on the live stream, but then also when I heard that I'd be a guest host with the kittens, I was even more excited. Yep. So
here we go.
I love it.
I'm playing with picture in picture. Bear with me 1 second. It's just I'm clicking things, but I don't want to click the wrong thing. Right, if I maximize that, but I don't want to maximize it. I want Claire on there. Okay, let me go and do this. Okay, but I'm going to turn myself off in the background again.
I think everyone feels the same. Kittens, okay. Cute cat, cute kittens, more kitties.
Okay, so it's the last one on, goes to the top. Okay, here we go. Kitties off, kitties back on again.
Maybe I shouldn't. You should take me off the screen because I don't want people to see my face.
No. Oh, really? Well,
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, you know, watch me devolve into a puddle.
But if that's the case, move yourself to the side like this. if you don't want to. Right. So I'm going to bring the kittens into this frame that I'm in right now. Okay. This other frame is looking. This other frame. Do you ever have this issue when you're recording a video and you're like, click the link over here somewhere? It's like, right. There's where that's their den, their playpen. Okay, this one.
Yeah.
And then this is where I'm going to bring them. I'm going to pick them up. There's going to be peeping. There might be noise. There we go. Right.
Kittens. I want them all. Oh, they're so small. They're so small.
This is
Hello,
Frank.
I love you, little baby. Frank.
Oh no, that wasn't Frank. This is Frank. This is actually a different cat. I'm sorry. They are all different, but they're very similar. So look.
Hello, Frank.
This is Frank. Frank is the only one with a name.
Hi, Frank. I love you, Frank.
Look at the tail.
You can come home with me, Frank. Look how big his tail is.
Triangle tail. Hey, Hydra. Got a kitten.
Oh,
Okay, they smell nice.
my cat Ernie is napping in here, and he's just woken up, and he's like, "What am I hearing?"
What are you hearing? Okay. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Thank you
Their
very much,
eyes are
Invisible
just opening, huh?
Just need a second. Okay, 1 second. Let's hydrate. Right,
Oh,
here we go.
Frank.
Okay, who are we
So
going
Frank
for
is
next?
kind of the
Chat?
lightest
You can see
one,
on the
yeah.
screen. Right, let's go. Let's go for someone else. Let's go here.
They're so tiny. You can't really tell how tiny they are until you pick them up.
Look. Look at these. Look how small. Look. Look. This is a Hydra. Look.
Hi, Mama. What a good mama.
Look, I've got some torty paws. Torty paws.
Oh.
Look. Okay. And then we
Does
got.
that mean they're girls? If they have any tort
Yeah.
on them, they're girls, right?
Yep.
Little babies.
How are you doing?
I'll take them all. Sweetie. Look at that little nosy.
Look how small. Look at the claws. Look. Sorry. Hello. This is Cat. Mew Mew.
Oh, sweet.
That's sweet.
Being. They're little souls. They're little souls.
There you go, Claire. The hand's out.
Oh, this is the best day ever.
They're cool. Okay, over here.
I can't believe there's 8.
Kitty, how about you? Oh. This one's not long opened its eyes. Look.
Have you been able to ascertain who the father is via what they look like?
Yeah, we know the dads. Well, we didn't, but we do because we've seen them. Tried to catch them as well. Look.
Oh, sweet
Look.
beans.
Hydra, come say hi to you. Hydra too. Come on. Okay. Hang on. Here we go.
Oh, she's such a good mama. Oh, yes.
How's that? Is the camera working okay? Okay, so this is Hydra.
Yes.
At 8, and she's not a big cat, is Hydra.
She's so small. She must have been like huge.
Would you guys like best stream ever? Yes, agree. Best stream ever. Right, hang on. Hang on.
I feel like I can't even speak. Yeah, I think it's so interesting that cats can have multiple dads. The kittens that we had, they all looked like so different. So different.
Yeah, well, these are
she's such a
developing
good
Polaroid
mom.
pictures. They're kind of like the pattern's developing. Like this one's kind of dark, but you can see. Hang on, I'll try and show you. Kind of hard to show you right now, but there are patterns. There's tabby patterns in there too. We've got one that's all black, but all of the others that kind of look black, maybe to the camera, they're actually not. They're going to be sort of multicolored with little splotches and things. There you go.
I would
I'm trying
never
to give you
get anything done.
Hang on, wait. How's that for the? Sorry, everyone.
She's such a
I
good
am here, by the way.
mama.
How's the chat? Are we good?
I mean, it's mostly all the same thing.
Okay.
So freaking cute. Cat bath. Boosting engagement. I wish I could see it on a bigger screen right now. They must have the kitten smell. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Best stream ever.
Sorry, that's not
so
that, I mean,
tiny.
this is having a clean. Look at a tiny bit of Purr obviously there.
Look at her little feet.
Yeah. Like compared to Hydra's not that big. But Hydra's parents were. Hydra's parents were massive.
Yeah, the Maine Coons really are, aren't they? They're like full-on lions.
What's up, Hydra?
Shape of Soup says that they're streaming this on a 65-inch TV.
65-inch TV, nice. Okay. Right,
oh
okay.
my gosh, that's so sweet.
Stop you back. Hang on, I'm actually walking with my iPhone, which is the camera. So we'll see how this goes. I will try to be very steady. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they're so sweet.
Aren't they cool? So, time for the autism. This is, these are their weights that have changed over the days. We had a little gap here.
Oh, wow.
They were a little bit low. So we've got big tabby ginger ears. Oh, that's back to front, isn't it? Okay, never mind. My camera's back to front. But anyway, yeah, so we're just keeping track of the weights.
I get the gist.
Hey.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama.
Oh, she responded to you. Oh, look, international phone call. Hello.
Yes, Hydra.
Okay.
Super Mom.
I'll pop you back on there. Don't fall.
Hydra's the international star here.
She is. That noise over there.
We need to get her an agent.
Oh, she has one. I mean, she's literally like on merch.
Right?
Exactly.
Has she? I mean, does she have a good contract? Like, does she get good, treats or?
Beep! And thank you, Claire, for being on the stream. Thank you, Claire, for being on the stream.
What happened?
Sorry. Shh, she doesn't have a lawyer.
Oh.
She can hear you, Sorry, that was just me just playing. So
Hydra says, speak to my agent.
Exactly. Let's go side by side. Chat overlay. No trolls, right? This is the risk of the live stream overlay. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but
I haven't seen really any, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we're pretty good. So I've got an auto mod set up using Stream Elements. That's really good. You should check it out if you haven't already. It's free. And obviously there's the YouTube content filter too. But we're not just on YouTube, we're also on Twitch. So streams going out to 2 platforms.
I don't know that I've ever been on Twitch before.
Oh, well, you're on Twitch now. So there's a few people that prefer to watch on Twitch. The quality's much better than YouTube. Who do we have?
Okay, good to know.
I'm this cat's lawyer, and she just. I am this cat's lawyer, and she deserves compensation. She gets compensation. I promise. Even the trolls love the kittens, probably. Yes, only in vertical scroll. Yeah, actually, by the way, top tip, by the way, Claire. The trolls are on portrait streaming rather than landscape.
I do like in vertical streaming, right? That
goes into
when I've done those. When I've done those, that's when they usually show up. My issue, I'm not terrible at spotting trolls, but sometimes if they're sneakier than others, they kind of start off kind of slow, where it's like you think they're being genuine. Those are the ones I have trouble spotting. Like some people are like, that's a troll. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, they have a genuine question. And then I think I accidentally troll the trolls sometimes because they don't know how to handle a person that's constantly nice and looking and thinking that they're being sincere.
Oh, do you mean on the YouTube just video chat, the comments?
Yeah, if I'm like streaming and it's vertical and like there's people in there who are trolls, and I'm like, oh, this person's being sincere, and they keep trying to like get me to get upset, but I think that they're being sincere and wanting to have a conversation.
You're doing way better than me. We just deploy the banhammer, like, or the kick, like, straight away, like, so fast. Yannicke is a fantastic mod as well. She usually gets them before I even see them, but if I see them, I'll do the same as she does. The trolls that are on the videos, like long form videos, I tend to just sort of ask them what part of the video they were upset by, or whatever, and just get them to watch it again, just to farm them twice. So
yeah, I don't really get a ton of like that. Like, I don't get a ton of like trolly comments or, and when I do, I just delete them and just move on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll like.
What about
go ahead.
autism? Kind of. What about the sort of like confused autistic stuff? Like, I'll give an example. So a regular theme that I do get on my channel, some of you may see in the comments, some of you might not. Sometimes I hide them, sometimes I respond. Is my ex was autistic and narcissistic and horrible. Therefore, you know, all autistic people are horrible. You're all horrible people, sort of thing. Along those lines, usually in capital letters. But I'll get at least maybe 2 or 3 of those on every video from different people, and they seem genuine. By the way, they seem like they've got an experience that they've sort of applying quite widely.
I'm like, okay. I'm okay with things that you can tell that unless it's like totally off base and destructive, then I might take it down. But I'm okay with people sharing if it's like, it seems like it's coming from a genuine place of curiosity and conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless it's like I will take down things that if it hurts me, then I'm like, okay, I don't need to see it. If it's complete misinformation, I will take that down because I find that that's
misinformation is the worst thing in the world.
If it's ugly towards me and my community, I'll take that down. Because people are allowed to voice their thoughts in the comments, but then I have a right to say, if they have a right to do that, but I have a right to say, like, not here. It doesn't, that doesn't have to happen here.
Like, that's true 100%. I guess
again, if it's like, here's what I think, this is my understanding, even sometimes people will post things where I disagree. I'll just say something like, well, that's an interesting thought process, or, hey, I don't necessarily agree, but you're allowed to think what you want. But a lot of times now it's more freeing for me to just be like, I don't want other people to see that and think that.
Yeah, I think if it's
mostly if it is hurtful to other people or just downright wrong, and I know that they're not going to want to have a conversation in the comments about, like, because they're never going to check back on my response anyway.
They might do. I've had a few trolls where they've actually got back to me and gone, oh, because usually they'll say something like, oh, I don't like this presenter. He said was wrong about this, that, the other, and I tend to reply and go, hey, my name's Mike, and was there anything specifically that was a problem? And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry I was rude. I'm so sorry I was rude. I didn't realize you were a real person. And it's like, what? That says there is that. But like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, the ones that I find really guaranteed to happen, almost to the point where I know that if I were to go along a certain line in my content, that it would be farming engagement, I suppose, in a way. Not that that's going to stop me, but if I talk about self-identification, so I made a few videos on that topic in a row, and they all attracted a group of people who were, I think some of them were neurodivergent as well, which was quite upsetting, who were saying that you shouldn't self-identify as autistic, or, because blah, 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 reason. And I actually list my reasons in the video, which they clearly didn't watch, but there is definitely a cohort of people that are quite, I don't know if upset or passionate about the viewpoint. I guess I'd love to have a conversation with. If there is a creator, I guess this is an open call shout for help from Mike. If there is a creator making videos like that, I'd be very happy to have a without causing too much drama, some sort of public communication with them, even maybe a conversation like this.
Yeah.
Because there's more that unites us than divides us, but certainly with respect to things like self-identification, I think people get very upset about it. Perhaps to an order of magnitude that's greater than any potential harms would be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so navigating being online is difficult. And I would never claim, I'm sure you'd never claim either, that you do it perfectly, but you can only just try your best. It's really hard to be public online and to know what is the right move every single time. And I can just tell people that I genuinely try my best to do it correctly, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And culturally, you're coming from the right place. So I think a kind place. I think if you get driven by the values, then you're not going to go very far wrong. Whereas I think there is an aspect of, I see it a lot on short form media, less so on YouTube. I don't think it is natively YouTube. I think it's TikTok really. Where if I browse for the word, I'm just doing like video research, I'll pop onto TikTok and I'll search for the word autism or autistic or whatever. And there's some stuff on there there's content on there that I don't vibe with. That's not my cup of tea, made by other autistic content creators. I might give them a like, I might just move on, but you know what I mean? It's just like, but some people will get very upset about it. Then there's also quite a large cohort of people on short form media who are quite sort of, I guess they're very deficit based. They're a very strong deficit feeling towards any sort of neurodivergence, particularly autism, ADHD, and that it can only be a deficit. And I'm trying to take a nuanced, neutral view. I'm not saying that I like to use a zombie apocalypse scenario in my head and go, if all of my needs were catered for, I had no such issues, but there were no people, I didn't have to go to work, didn't have to do anything, my obligations were gone, would I still be quote unquote disabled? And the answer is, in some respects, yes. The sun would still be too bright. There's sensations, blah 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 blah. But that doesn't account for much of the problems that I face, challenges I face in life. The majority of the problems and challenges I face in life are very much a societal model of disability.
Yeah,
it's not so like either or, but it's definitely a decent proportion of that. I'd probably sort of say like 90% is social model of disability, maybe even higher from my viewpoint. Obviously, it's different for everyone. Community is strong. Damn straight. The community is amazingly strong.
The community is strong. The community is amazing. So I'm coming up on my time limit for myself, but before I head out, I'd love to have Ernie come and say hello, if that's okay. Ernie the cat.
Do it. Is Ernie going to say anything? Is Ernie chatty? Here we go. Here we go. You guys saw a paw. Hello, Ernie. Hello. Hi.
What do you think, Ernie? He thinks I was napping. He was like, I was napping. Why'd you do that to me?
He looks tired. He's like, get off, Mum. I was sleeping. He's looking just he's really sort of looking like, I'm sleeping. We got a slow blink, guys. Hi. Does Ernie chat at all? Does he say anything? Is he chatty?
He is, but hi, bud. Hi.
You can say hello to Hydra. Okay, down you go, Ernie. Nice to see you. Greetings.
Bye, Ernie. He's already laid down again, probably. Okay, yeah, he's over there going, why was that? Why did that have to happen?
Oh,
I just was excited because he often falls asleep in here. So I was like, oh, he'll be able to make an appearance. He doesn't know it yet.
I like his face. I was hoping that he would give a little mew or something, because the animals here would immediately respond, like in a heartbeat. Like Hydra would be just straight on. Like if she heard a cat, she'd be like, "Who's that?"
He does, but only. I don't know. Are you the kind of I'm putting myself out there. I am the kind of person who meows at cats, so I think he does
What
respond.
do you
He
say,
does
though?
meow at. Yeah, he does meow at me, but only because I'm meowing at him.
The question
Yeah,
is,
he's
what do you
already
say?
back in his spot.
What kind of meow are we
Exactly. I know
talking?
that. Well, I know that there are different meows.
The different
So who
meows.
knows what I'm saying? Who knows what I'm saying?
Oh, hi, handsome. Oh, gorgeous Eddie Birdie. Hi, Eddie Birdie. Hi, Eddie. Love the boy kitties. Boy kitties are amazing. You saw my saber earlier. They could have done a poor high five.
Yeah, Black Cat Club.
So before you head off, Claire, we're going to still run this stream for another half hour before we move on to after party stuff. But like before we leave, is there anything you want to say, promote, talk to the autistic cats in the audience? This is obviously going to be recorded, so.
Well, I want to thank everyone. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming to support Mike and his amazing channel.
Thank you.
He's a genuine good person, and I think everyone here can feel that. And thank you for supporting his channel. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, what are you waiting for? It's free. It's fun. It's amazing.
Up on the live stream,
you can go check out. You can go check out my channel, Woodshed Theory. Everyone is welcome, and be happy to have you. And that's it. Yeah, come over, check it out. If it's something that you like, stick around.
I love it. And I just realized that we didn't do the intro song. We didn't do it. We didn't do intro song. Because sometimes I used to sometimes sing your intro song on lives, and people were like, "You're gonna have to pay Claire if you sing that."
I know. I probably have the same. I have the same lawyer as Hydra, probably.
Well,
you'll be hearing. You'll get an email from Ernie going like
with like meow. A big paw print on it.
Exactly.
That was a distress. That was a cry for help. That one, Claire. That was a distress meow for sure. Yeah. You practice your Duolingo. If you like Duolingo has cats on it, that'd be cool.
I'm sure Claire, if there was a legal way for them to do that, they would do that. But there's probably no, because they can't guarantee. But I know that there's apps where you can press the button and say something in cat. I know that.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I don't know how. Yeah, I feel like there is. If I'm misspeaking, I'm sorry. But maybe I should definitely copyright the intro, but maybe it's a little too soon for that.
No, it's kind of already copyrighted. If someone else were to use it, you'd see it in the YouTube studio. If you have to click a few, you have to go down a few clicks. This is a happier thing rather than sad thing, is it? But you'll see like when someone's like either reacted to your content or something, you'll see it in there.
I would be really flattered. I think that it's kind of a strange thing to copy. So
it's not. It's an earworm that everyone knows. It's like an advert jingle.
I think. Well, I'll say before I head out, I will say like I think maybe people would assume that I think it's like I want to be careful about how I say this about my own jingle. I don't necessarily think it's good. It's
great.
Like I think that it's an earworm and I think it makes me happy, but it's not like it's not like it's not going to be on the Billboard Top 100.
No, the thing is though, it's living rent free in like hundreds of people's minds. Do you know what I mean?
I know people have sent videos of their kids singing it.
Yes.
People when I do the podcast and I do the intro, people always sing along. It's really cool.
I tried
I
not
think
to. like when we did, where I was a guest on Claire's Autistic People Talking podcast, which is an amazing podcast. I'm not just being biased; it is actually a phenomenal podcast. And it's
new episode
like,
coming soon.
when we started it, can you say who the next guest is?
We're still scheduling, so
Okay.
no.
So it's like when Claire started the intro, I'm like, oh, I was just staring at her on the screen, because it's like
watching TV.
Watching one. It's like watching one of your videos, which is something I've done a lot of, like lurking, watching your videos. It sounds a bit weird, but trust me, people watch YouTube videos. Who'd have thought it? So I was watching like your videos, and I'm watching a video, and then you're like, so my mic, and I'm like, oh, she's talking to me. The woman on the screen is talking to me. What do I do? So here is that. So
I find that the same thing happens to me though. Like when I was doing the podcast with Yosemite Sam, she was just talking and saying all these amazing things, and I'm just sitting there like mouth gaping open, like,
yeah, you watch it, you're like,
oh, I guess I should say something. I'm hosting this.
Yeah, exactly. And even on this live stream, I'm just sitting like having a cup of tea, and I'm listening to Claire, and I'm reading the chat, and it's like, oh, I should be thinking about something to say, shouldn't I? It's what I'm supposed to say. Claire, it's a joy to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. It's a link away.
And I want to thank everyone in the chat for being here. And I recognize so many names. We could never get through them all right this second, but I recognize so many names, and just happy to see everybody. And I look for everyone's comments every week, even if I can't respond to everyone. I see the same people commenting all the time, and it's Autism Addict, Shape of Soup, Cats, so many people I see all the time, and thanks, Layla. So yeah, thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys. Helen, see, so many people I know, and it's just so cool.
The entire chat, actually, I recognize the names. We've got like the core crew here right now. I recognize all the names in the chat, which isn't always the case, but yeah, it is right now. That's good. Thank you, Claire.
Well, I'm gonna go do my little routine where I like recoup from live streams, and thank you for understanding my 1 hour and 15-minute limit that I've set for myself.
Okay,
and have everybody. Oh, it's okay. I'll be all right. But yeah, everyone have a great day. Bye. How do I get out of here?
Bye, Claire. See you in a bit. Bye.
You kick.
I can do that. That's Claire, everybody. That Claire, the real Claire, the Woodshed Theory. I remember watching some of the videos, and I'm just sort of processing, like, do you know what? This is like the time. I have a video in the works. Like conventional wisdom shouldn't really be sharing titles, but because like you start talking about what you're going to do, some people say that then like commits you to doing it, whereas sometimes it's like, that kind of like you just need to keep it in your head until it's done, sort of thing. Anyway. So you're like, are you actually autistic or not? Like, is there something there or is not? Or am I wrong? I'm completely barking up the wrong tree? And you start sort of exploring. And the cool thing is you can watch YouTube videos quietly without actually saying anything. And how can you get me? So like you can actually say like, or you can actually like watch quietly. And I remember I was watching some YouTube videos, Claire amongst others, on the downstairs Apple TV. And then my son comes in and he opens up the YouTube app, and then instantly you can see the search results because it was logged in as me. So it was logged in on my YouTube account. I had YouTube Premium, so that meant that people could watch YouTube videos, and I wouldn't mind if they used my account. And yeah, you see like more of my search results, and it's like, that's kind of rough. But like, you kind of try and keep things under wraps while you're trying to process. And Claire stuff's been amazingly helpful for that. And then you end. It kind of like messes with your head a little bit, I'll be honest. Mike streams. Mike streams. I got into it. So yeah, Claire was on the stream earlier. If you want to see Claire's bit and you're not interested in listening to me for another half hour, you can rewind the stream back to the beginning where Claire was on. It's good to hear from her. In fact, I only had a message from Claire yesterday. It last night actually, and she was like, "Hey, are we still gonna pop on your streams like tomorrow?" Just like, yeah, cool, no worries. And then I made the thumbnail and stuck it out. But like, that's how impulsive things can be sometimes. And in terms of like scheduling, especially when trying to get, I think this is one, I think maybe disadvantage, is that we're trying to schedule and plan. It can be more problematic for sure. Perhaps the neurotypicals have an advantage there. We all need a neurotypical secretary. That's what we need. So, and I see you, Amelia. I gotta go see. I watched Page Layout. Yeah, Page Layout's pretty cool too. I haven't seen any of her new videos, I don't think, for a while. She's got a book out. I have ordered it. It's on the way for Tea and Tales. We've also got What I Mean When I Say I'm Autistic by Annie Kotovich. And another one that I've completely forgotten the name of. It's a children's book about autism. It's brand new. It's a pre-order and it's literally shipping. I should get it tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to getting that onto Tea and Tales. Any other suggestions for Tea and Tales? Let me know. We've got a books channel on Discord, so you just drop it in there, or you could email it to me. But email, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at email. I'm aware in the back of my head, someone, I don't want to say the name, but they sort of email, or people email me all the time, but like I got an email about somebody just starting their tech career, and they were talking about the videos that are done and some that could I talk about some other stuff, and it's like such a lovely email, and I just need to reply because I've got an autistic son and blah, blah, blah. And I haven't, and I think it's been like 2.5 months now, maybe 3 months, and I think about it often, and I go, oh, there's that one. But a few other people have emailed me too, and you know, it's like, oh, sometimes I should get around to that. I should do that, but also I should eat, and maybe I should shower as well. And sometimes I want to eat. Did I say eat? I did say eat, didn't I? And I need to go and do something, or I need to go to bed, or I need to actually do my day job. I'm in a bit of a flux at the moment. I'm kind of putting in full-time YouTube hours, but obviously YouTube isn't currently a job. It's like a paper round right now. Actually, that's not true. It's paying now for me to do some time on the channel, but not all the time that I put in, which is essentially all the time right now, and has been for many months. So I'm trying to like battle my scheduling and my normal job and things. So in the future, but right now, it is a challenge. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you, Hydration Fairy. That's bringing alcohol into the room. Check that out. The Hydration Fairy has delivered alcohol. I want a neurotypical secretary, says Pardlo. Yeah, me too as well. Let me pop on this. Actually, do you know what? Before I drink this wine, you've watched me imbibe 2 cups of tea, most of a Hydrate water bottle. So I'm going to pop to the bathroom. I'm also going to wash my hands because Granda Clammy don't like that. So wash it off, blah, blah, blah. I will put on the video. It won't be the whole thing. Well, I don't need 5 minutes. I just 1 minute, you know, and then 20 seconds to wash my hands. I will be right back in 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes max. Let's do that then. Let's go halfway on the
reminding us to drink and play. Hydra leads us every day. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rocking free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rockin' free. her kingdom shines bright. With kittens in tow, she's a powerful sight. 8 little warriors, an army of might. Hydra leads them through the darkest night. In a mane of fury, a beacon of light. The heart so pure, a guardian in flight. From dusk till dawn, they chase and play. Hydra and her kittens, rocking every day. Hydra, the king with a fiery roar. Her kittens are here to rock our souls to the core, to the core. In a pause we find a connection so free. Hydra leads them through the darkest night. In her mane of fury, a beacon of light. Her heart so pure and radiant in flight. From dusk till dawn, they chase and play. Hydra and her kittens rocking every day. Hydra, the king with a fiery roar. Kittens are here to rock our souls to the core, to the core. In a pause we find a connection so free. Hydra and her army, rocking eternally.
And then you've got to see this. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm on the other side now. Fancy that. Maybe this. Okay, that's a bit zoomy in, isn't it? But at least you can see the kittens. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to look at him? Just look over there. Look at it. Look, that's a tab cat. That is 2-week-old tab cat. Literally, the live stream they were born on. They were born. For those who don't know, okay. 2 weeks ago, a fortnight ago, exactly to the day, the kittens were born. It was my birthday. This is important because a year before, Hydra arrived. Hydration Fairy, Nina, the wine fairy, got me Hydra. We normally do. I have worked my entire adult life in like cat rescue, adopt don't shop. I used to have adopt don't shop stickers all over my car. It's the only second time that I didn't buy her, but you know, the second purchased cat. Does that make sense? Versus rescue ones with bits missing off them. So this is unusual. In this house, this almost certainly wouldn't happen. But you know, Hydra was a tart. She got out. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm just messing. But she done good. I don't know what to say. Right. So if we continue here, I'll just quickly. I can probably remove. 1 second. Oh, yeah, there she goes. There she goes. I'll take that blue overlay off. Okay. Mum's arrived. So anyway, last year was my birthday, 2 weeks ago, then a year. Hydra arrived. Exactly a year later, exactly 365 days later, nearly to the hour, anyway, whatever. And it wasn't nearly to the hour, maybe 10 hours difference, but she birthed these. She's like a gremlin, if you remember the film from the 90s. She became 8, became 9 really, but like 8 kittens on my birthday, which was also a live stream day, right? 2 weeks ago. The stream is available if anyone wants to watch it. A hell of a day. I was very tired on that stream. So then a week later, last week, pretty standard stream. And then obviously today with Claire, it's pretty cool. I do have a couple of surprises like lined up as well. Got to keep the surprise train going. I feel like I'm redundant on this screen. Like it should just be. Let me go move the camera. There you go. I don't know if you want to see a breastfeeding cat. I don't know if I come for the breastfeeding cat and stay for the autism. Is it a leap year? Okay, Pardalo. I completely forgot. So it isn't exactly a year, it's a leap year too, which makes it, to my mind, slightly less likely as well, which is amazing. So, Helen, Mikey spoils these surprises. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? I've got more in mind than is possible to do. 24-hour live stream, by the way, still in planning. I now have all the equipment I need to do it. We can multicam, we can go out, we can travel. Visible friend, yes, Hydra's cat daddies, they were about. So there was a black one, there was a tabby one, and there was a I don't know how to describe it, a bit of a mishmash, a bit of a blotchy cat. A bit of ginger, a bit of white, a bit of a blotch. They're all domestic short hairs with not Hydra, obviously. Hydra's like super long hair. All the kittens are longish haired kittens, I think. It's too early to be 100% confident on that, but they're all big long haired kittens. 24-hour live stream, don't you need time to sleep? Yes, which is why it needs an intense amount of planning and guests to cover the slots so that I can sleep. So I'm not on it all the time. So that makes sense. It's actually a team effort, a 24-hour live stream. Do cats harbour lots of recessive genes? I don't know about the word lots, but yeah, there's quite a lot of recessive traits in cats. Really common ones, for example, the deafness that you get with the white cats. There's torties, that Manx cats as well. So like Manx cats it's a type of spina bifida actually, and they've got a really high mortality rate for kittens. That's also not a great gene. Helen looks like to come. This is a fantastic view, by the way. Do you know what? I'll do this just momentarily, and I'll put myself in the corner if I can do that. There you go. I'm in the corner. How about that? We can go look at a breastfeeding cat. It's like come for the breastfeeding cat and stay for the autism. That's what I like to say. Coleslaw, thank you for being here. Nice to meet you. I hope you had a nice time. Thank you for being here. Jules, on the topic of a 24-hour live stream, I've accidentally put today's live stream is lasting over a day in my calendar. Well, strange things have happened. I think the longest stream was about 9 hours, wasn't it? We can do long streams again too. I did definitely go through a bit of a stage of doing an awful lot of live streaming. If I continued, I think the channel would have probably died. Cats to cover the slots. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, had it coincided here, a Hydra kitten cam could easily have done a sleep slot. Do you know what I'm saying? Does anyone here do biphasic sleep? Ooh. Anyone here a biphasic sleeper? Do you do like so medieval times? What people would do is they would sleep for say 4 hours, then would get up in the middle of the night, maybe even get something to eat, do a bit of work maybe, and then go back to bed again and do 2 sleeps, essentially 2 sleeps. I sort of am finding myself doing a bit of that. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but I don't know. There and it is, which would mean not on purpose. Yeah, exactly. Which means kind of like I probably could do a 24-hour stream, but unfortunately, what it would mean also is it would mean like I'd have to do it during a time I've got annual leave, sort of thing, got time off, and then I'd also have to not get a video out that week or something. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. Mostly just speed eat things and then go back to sleep. I do that time sleep forever when I'm retired. That would be amazing too, actually. To be fair, Lee, you've earned it. So hello, Hydra. Isn't she beautiful? Want to see her? Hydra. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hydra. Oh, that's Mum coming in. No. We just spotted something. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. What is? Can't see it. I've got no chance. I can't see it. Yes, I know. Sorry, bandwidth is poor. It's going to be. It is what it is. I'm afraid. Multiphasic sleep thanks to insomnia. Absolutely. I had to do that when I lived in a bonfire. A bonfire? You lived in a bonfire? Harriet? Had to stay awake for 2 hour slots to make sure the shelter didn't. Sheltered what? Sorry, what? I'm curious. Harriet, I'm super curious. What? You're sleeping by a fire, or you? I can't do 2 sleeps on purpose. Hey, Manny, Silver. Who else do we have on our stream? By the way, who's new? Would you mind if that's okay? Like just to, because we have about 10 minutes left. Who is new? Who's new here? Who is new to the stream? Don't all rush at once. Ashley, yeah. How does one live in a bonfire? Yeah, I'm curious, Harriet. I'm going to be unable to do anything with my life now until I know how you live in a bonfire. I don't understand. I need to know. Visible friend, I'm new. You're, as you would say, a piece of the furniture. Report to the front of the autism class and introduce yourself. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm asking of people. I know it's a bit, perceive me. Manny Silver, it's my second time. Nice to see you. We saw there is an I'm new here. Rion, I'm new. Nice to see you, Rion. I saw all your messages come up earlier. Ashley, I think the birthday stream is the first, so newish. Hey, Ashley, we know each other from this Antisocial Snails. Yeah. So the live streams have been, what's the best way to put them? They're kind of chaotic, I think. I think it's probably fair to say. We built an aquarium on live. We've done tons of giveaways. I mean, loads of giveaways. The three cats that got one, the cat plushies, they're getting sent out probably tomorrow, maybe the day after. So if you want a cat plushie, it'll be coming to you soon. I know it takes me a while to get around to doing these things. Who else is new? Who else is new? Report to the front of the autism class. Exactly. I've seen a few of your streams, so I'm old. Yeah, Michael Armand, you're part of the furniture as well. Yeah. I'm only. Oh wait, what's the difference? Maybe I'm new. I think if my brain doesn't recognize your name so much, or I've seen it in like just a couple of comments, then I think you're new. I think you're new. Moonlight, rats late again. No. Well, it kind of is late, I guess, but there isn't a late. Don't worry about it. It's like kind of like rewind the stream. It's recorded. Claire was on it for 1 hour and 15, and she was great. Autism Show and Tell be good. Yeah, Claire's channel to do that. We can do Autism Show and Tell too, but I think Claire's doing it. Let's go with it. I loved the penny wall. That was amazing. I'm new to the live streams, but not to the channel either. Yes, this is true. I recognize you as well. So when I was saying earlier, Our Side's been about a while. Sometimes join the live streams and watch videos. Thank you so much, Our Side. And I don't think you're new. Yeah, I've seen you for a while. So here's the thing. When Claire and I when Claire and I spoke, this is the correct grammar, isn't it? When Claire and I spoke about, talking to the nebulous audience, where Claire sees it as kind of like an ageless figure. It's true, right? And true for you guys too, because for those of you that are in the Scratching Post or in Discord, right, you can kind of like communicate with each other, and we've got some cool friendships going on. So it's kind of like it's kind of like many to many, if that makes sense. Whereas from a content creator's perspective, many to one, one to many, it's like, what? Who even are you people? But I get to know most of you. I recognize all of your names, except they'll be guaranteed that someone's lurking. In fact, let me speak to you, lurker at the back of the room, over there. You lovely wallflower. Do you want to say something in the chat? Because like Someone's lurking in the chat. Do you know what I mean? Kittens. I brought you kittens. I haven't brought kittens. I mean, I just brought you kittens, but like, you know, I've cleaned them, well, the bedding, and put lights on and put the camera up, and I went to Pets at Home today to get more cat food. So I brought you kittens in that regard. So thank you, Hydra, for doing all the hard work. Here they are. Actually, yeah, there's always lurkers. Yeah, exactly. But like, just say hi, because people here don't bite. Maybe they do, but like they don't really. But maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But they do really. But they don't. Or do they? They do. They don't. They do. They don't. In the driveway now. Glad to be back. Oh, amazing. Welcome back. Glad you are safe. I do sometimes worry a little bit when people say like they're driving and listening to the live stream, because it's like, I do not want to be responsible for an accident. Although I listen to, so when I'm driving or traveling in any respect, even if I'm walking, even if I'm just like pottering around the garden, even if I'm doing the dishes, I'm listening to a YouTube video. I tend not to watch YouTube. I tend to listen to them. I'm lurking on Twitch. Thanks for streaming on here too. Awkward, not ASD. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Excellent. I'm always lurking. You're an old timer, though I haven't seen your name pop up in the chat for a bit. I'll be lurking for the stream anyway. Nice to see you, TG. Concretely. Jeffrey Pollen. Nice to see you. I think you're new. Kayla. I'm okay with planning, but not so good. Actually, going plans now, Kayla. Yeah. I'm here for kittens. There's a lot of people here for kittens. I'm the guy whose brother lost his life. I'm sorry. The trial's going on at the moment. My goodness. I don't even. I like. Take time for yourself. You know, it's tough. Like, I'm so sorry. I saw your comment in YouTube, and I believe I replied to it. And it's for something like that, those very rare, terrible life events, doesn't get any better, I'll be honest, but I can tell you, waves of grief. I'm working on a video with Quinn, hopefully, on grief. There you go, little scoop. And it's like waves. And to start with, it's just everywhere. It's everything. Like even eating, even remembering to drink, just that stuff, just everything is just completely washed away by just having to deal with stuff. And then it comes in, the waves start to spread out a bit and lose a bit of power. And having to deal with something like legal stuff as well is really bad. It's really bad. Like you know, that is right on the extreme. Who else do we have? Podloke, good to see you. Jeffrey P, I'm new member. Hello. Thank you for your support. 24, Stephanie, 24-hour stream live idea. You could film a video for that week within the live stream and then how the clip and post it video value within the live stream. Ooh, clever. I have never done that before, but I know other people do. Thomas does that a lot. Yes. Yeah. I like that. Thank you. It's in my brain now. I always listen. Really folks, it seems. Welcome, everyone. It seems I always listen to YouTube as well. Is there a way to have only audio and it keeps playing your phone? So it used to be that YouTube Premium will let you do that background play. It doesn't work for me. So I have to have my phone on, literally in a pocket with the screen facing out, dimmed, but it's actually on. Yeah. So I have the screen is on all the time. So the video is playing to nothing except the pocket lint. Oh, Bobby Fingers. Oh, the Bobby Fingers YouTube is amazing. I've seen other people do that. Stream while making a video, 2 things at once. Streaming while making a video. Yeah, I think the difficult thing from my perspective is that my stream isn't really about. I suppose I could take the bit in the chat with Claire and make stuff out of that. But like the streams are not really. To date, the streams haven't really been much of a thing. Tea and Tales is. Tea and Tales Book Club is. That's available on YouTube. It's not like a Patreon thing. It's on my YouTube. There's a playlist called Tea and Tales where I'll talk about something from a book by an autistic author, just talking about the book. And obviously the books, I don't need them. I've got a Kindle, but I only buy them so the cats can sign them and send them out anywhere in the world. They get posted out. My plan is to do a Tea and Tales every month. I'm just doing them as much as I can, as fast as I can. Tea and Tales book reviews are actually easier videos for me, but I've got a couple of things I really want to talk about. I'm sorry. There's a couple of videos I need to make, and everything gets shunted when something more important kind of lands. So, for example, there's been some really bad autism research, like really bad. I don't want to get into it right now because it's really deep. But like, there's been some really bad research, and I just want to break it apart, like hard. So yeah, it needs to be done. Outside, I wish I could support you. Please, just that's awful. I can't even. I don't even know what you guys are going through. I'm sorry. Actually, when I've seen someone do it, it was planned, and it was just chat watching this filming of 5-minute review or something. All right, that could work. Do you know what? Actually, that could work. Actually, one of the things I'm going to do is review Loop and Flare various earbuds, and that could be done live. Shape there, thanks. It's been on my mind quite a bit over the last couple of days, and the only way to get it off my mind is to make the video. Does that sound? Do you know what I mean? Do you guys ever feel like that, where you've got something that's like pressing on your mind? And what I tend to do if something's really bugging me is I write it down. It could be as simple as, I need to remember to get something from the shops, like bread or something, and I'll put it down on my phone. And just by writing it down, it sort of like reduces. I can sleep, maybe. But when it's like something kind of big and horrible, it's like I heard the phrase "eating the frog," which basically means like obviously a frog is really horrible to eat, and you wouldn't want to eat one, and you kind of have to do that first. It's like the horrible thing. But it's over when it's over. So there's something that's been really, really upsetting me and bugging me, and I'm going to make a video about it, and that's probably going to be the next one, even though that wasn't the plan. I have a plan. I have some structure, guys, but this has interrupted that structure quite a bit. Kayla Love, yes, you can. Right, what we'll do is we'll go to Afterparty very shortly. Hop into the Minecraft server now. I will hop into the Minecraft server too. Done. Or Helen can do it if Helen's online right now. But yes, join Minecraft now. I've never heard that phrase actually. Yeah, it's a phrase that's used quite a bit in like project managers that I've spoken to use that phrase quite a bit over here. You've got to eat the frog. That means, like when you're prioritizing tasks, I like to prioritize. I'll write down 3 things I have to do that day. 2 of them will be easier than one of them. One of them is going to be like the thing, the frog, so to speak. So it'll be like, I'll have to go and eating the frog means doing the hard thing first. I don't think that works very well for me. I tend to do the easy things first, and it almost looks like chickening out. But basically, it's like, got to build that dopamine and inertia. Do you know what I mean? It's like autistic inertia. Where an autistic person generally is in action, not much. I'm sorry. I've got a joke in my head. I need to think about it before I say the words. But basically, when an autistic person, with the autistic inertia, it's harder for us to bring our focus and our attention around to something like steering a big ship. Once it's moving, it's kind of hard to stop. So I find that by smashing through easy stuff first. So for example, if it's coding or working on some horrible bit of business admin or something, I will say, okay, I'll do it for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, I'm usually going to just keep going. But I'll just promise myself it'll only be 5 minutes. But yeah. Autism wants a finding system. ADHD needs both, at least for me. Yeah, exactly. ADHD has me not knowing what to do all the time. Yeah. I'm going to take a nap because I'm leapy. All right, TJ, take care. Have a good nap. Have a good sleep, dude. I write things down. It gets off my mind, but then I assume it's done and never look at my notes again. Yeah. So very quickly then, I'll give an example of this. I ran a bath on Sunday, and I set a timer on my phone for when I need to come back and turn it off. But the timer went off downstairs, and I was chatting with Nina, and we were having tea, like cups of tea, and I forgot. And I realised that the timer, I only realised that the bath was still running when water was running, pouring through the ceiling. Yeah, so that happened. And we've got a dehumidifier, right? But ironically, it was directly underneath where the water was pouring in. So it got obviously full of water. And so it couldn't be used to help dry things out. And it's like, yeah, sometimes like setting the timer or writing down that list item is actually a problem when we actually just need to just focus on that one thing. So what I'll do is like, if it is something like a running bath or something that's like, hey, this is important, you kind of need to know that that's happening. What I'll do is I'll just make sure I stay there. Like you put washing in a washing machine, and when it's done, if I know it's got 10 minutes to go, because I've made myself a cup of tea near it, I can see it's got 10 minutes left. I have to stay there, staring at the washing machine. This is so inefficient, I can't tell you. Waiting for it to finish. Or I'll just leave, and then whatever's in the washing machine will still be there hours later. Or maybe Nina will get it. That's kind of like where the gaps get filled. But yeah, if I was on my own, I'd be like, stuff would just sit in the washing machine until the next load needed to be put in. And then the stuff in there that's stinky needs to be run again. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sometimes setting timers is a bad thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Helen, 100%. Corporate jargon. I watch this thing if it's important. Oh, technical debt. Oh gosh, yeah, that's something to think about. Yeah, that's a video for another day. Definitely talking about. Oh, Helen, what are you doing in Minecraft? It was Kayla Love. Needed creative permissions. Okay, I'll tell you so that no one is, because I can't just like drop a surprise on you. I'll tell you now. Minecraft Survival. I guess season 1, because ultimately we want to wipe it away and redo it, right? Is not going to affect the creative Autistica server. Autistica is going to continue forever. There is no reason to stop it. It is available, by the way, if you have Minecraft on any device. It can be a smartphone, it can be a laptop, PC, it can be a console, tablet, Switch, Steam Deck, whatever. If it plays Minecraft, you can join the server. The details are on autisticafter40, that's 40.com/Minecraft. autisticafter40.com/Minecraft. If you head over there, there's details on how to connect. And anyone can join. It's literally open to the public. But if you want to build, think of it like Legoland, with lots of beautiful builds. If you want to build, we just have to get to know you a bit. That's it. And then you can have creative permissions. If you're on the stream or on the Discord, you can have creative permissions. Simple as that. Helen, yeah, you can. It is a weird command. It's hard for me to say it out loud. Oh, sorry, Helen, I'm so sorry. I can do it too, but it will be done very shortly. We're overrunning a little bit from my plan. Shape of Soup, Mike Random, but I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on Francesca Happy's autism lecture on the Gresham College channel. I haven't seen it. I will happily go and watch it. Do you want me to take a look at it? Is it particularly long? Francesca Happy is there is a clip of her. It's unrelated, and it's what was originally going to go out this Sunday. She's in one of my videos talking about autism research. In fact, actually, I'm going to tackle some bad autism research directly. That might make my point. But I've actually done the research for a video which includes Francesca Happy in it. So I'll happily check her out. Yeah. Jules, thank you. Okay, I love my second time here. Yeah, you can have creative for sure. You've been on the server for a long time, so yeah, for sure. That's okay. Helen is server op. Right. I think. Oh, actually, I put a timer on and usually remember, not always. Sometimes I hear the timer go off and I'm like, let me just finish this and then I'll do it, and then I forget to do it. Exactly. If the timer goes off and you're ready and you're free to just go and do it. Shape of Soup. I'm questioning if I'm also ADHD because I've done this kind of thing. I live my life by reminders and alarms. So I think I want to talk more about ADHD. I have one of my ADHD friends lined up to pop onto the channel, so you'll see her. And I do want to tackle ADHD a little bit. And I think it's interesting because I do not have a formal ADHD diagnosis, but I reckon from the knowledge I have that I would get one instantly if I were to pursue one. The issue is that ADHD traits conflict with, I'm hearing a suspicious sound. I'll have to check it out in a second. ADHD traits can conflict with autistic traits. And some of my friends have said, I think you've got your ADHD, you're an ADHD. And in fact, when I told one of them about my autism diagnosis, she said, I thought you had ADHD. And, we talked about it and the various traits and things. But actually, it's kind of counterproductive in a way, ADHD, because ADHD traits very much conflict and almost make it less likely that you might even pursue either an assessment or any sort of internal introspection other than, oh my God, I'm so useless at doing this. That's what I always thought. That's how I was. I'm scrolling the chat. I'm reading and scrolling. I'm reading and scrolling. Oh, Harriet, what have I missed? What do you think about screening all kids in school for neurodevelopmental conditions? Have a difference on it? I suppose. Jason, they can sometimes mask each other. It's interesting because you get the effects of both, even though they're sometimes opposite and sometimes the same, for sure. I don't want to leave the kids, but I have to go now. I'll catch up on what I missed tomorrow. Definitely, Laura. You have to see the beginning bit with Claire, 100%. It's weird how much harder it is to self-identify or rule out. Oh, sorry, I can put the overlay on, can't I? There you go. That works. Then everything's kind of thin now, but yeah, hey-ho. How much harder it is to self-identify or rule out ADHD than it was for me to immediately recognize being autistic. Yeah, Shape, for sure. I understand that. Yeah, interesting. Right, I am going to do this. I need to grab a sandwich. So the plan was 2 hours. We've run over a bit, but that's okay. We're gonna do we're gonna do an after party hangout. This is for it's on the Discord. The access to the Discord if you don't have it. If you want it as part of the benefit package of the lowest tier on my Patreon, which is $4 a month. There are other tiers too, which get extra content, extra videos, extra bits and pieces, lots of extra little benefits in there. The link is in the description, I think. If not, it's on my Patreon. It's linked all over the place on my channel, everywhere, most videos at near the top. I'll see some of you in there. I need to grab a sandwich, and then I'm going to move myself around a little bit. And this is kind of a members only thing where we can be a bit more relaxed than YouTube, which has to be on point. Oh, one last thing. I no longer have a medical misinformation warning from YouTube. Yay! So that's handy. It's expired. That's really good. Okay, I'll see you all in a bit. Yeah, we'll do a picnic. That sounds good.